Hello, welcome back to the channel Tarot Yogi. I'm Vinit. I read tarot intuitively, and today we have another extra special timeless pick a card reading. And today's reading is really special because it's a collaboration between Sonali from Golden Psychic Tarot and me, and she's going to be covering messages from your higher self. So definitely go to her channel. I will link her YouTube handle in the title of this video, and I will link her channel in the description box below. So definitely go watch her video, go subscribe to her, go show her lots of love, let her know you came from Tarot Yogi. And today what I'm going to be covering is messages from your lower self. So we have 3 piles to choose from. Pile number 1, we have Deviant Moon Tarot deck. Pile number 2, we have our Diablo Tarot. Pile number 3, we have the Black Tarot. So take a minute, see what pile is being called to you intuitively. The description box below will have the timestamp for your pile. And again, remember, these are general readings. So please take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please like this video, share, subscribe, comment. It means a lot to help the channel grow. And if you want to reach out for a private reading, you can definitely do that. My email ID and my Instagram handle are given in the description box below. So you can definitely reach out for a private reading. And definitely do go check out Golden Psychic Tarot on her channel. And I will see you guys in your reading. Thank you. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose the Deviant Moon Tarot, this is your reading on messages from your lower self. And this is a collaboration between Golden Psychic Tarot and me, where she's going to be covering messages from your higher self. So definitely go check her out on her channel, go show her lots of love. And having said that, let's jump into the reading on what does your lower self have to say to you. We thank you for these clear, concise, and accurate messages. We thank you for always guiding us and protecting us. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, ascended masters, star family. What does pile number 1's lower self have to say? Okay, pile number 1, we have the Chariot, we have 6 of Pentacles, we have Ace of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, 2 of Wands, Page of Wands, 6 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, and we have Page of Pentacles. So pile number 1, you're feeling very stuck. You're feeling very stagnant with whatever you're doing right now, and it's clearly not fulfilling you. And maybe you're just doing it because you're used to doing it, or maybe it's giving you some sort of superficial level of stability. But I'm getting this visual of like a house, but there's just so many cracks in the house, and I really feel you're moving towards an inevitable tower moment over here. And I definitely feel you also struggle a lot with maybe boundaries. Maybe you're not very good at maintaining boundaries, especially with people you love. So you're getting very frustrated when you're not able to find time for yourself, because you're just constantly giving and giving and giving, and you're just giving everything you have to whoever comes to you. A lot of y'all are healers over here. A lot of y'all could be tarot readers. But let me tell you, your energy is very unbalanced right now, and your lower self really wants you to be a little selfish right now and really prioritize your own needs before you prioritize other people's needs. I think this is a very important message coming over here. And you're definitely very anxious. You're definitely maybe not getting enough sleep. Maybe you're not sleeping on time. Maybe you're being up at night. And it's almost like you're so worried about the future. You're so worried about the things that have not yet come to pass that you're even ruining the present moment. And your lower self really wants you to feel more grounded. Your lower self really wants you to be more present in your physical body. So definitely walking barefoot on grass is highly advisable over here. Or if you have access to the ocean, the beach, river, whatever water body you have access to, maybe go out, maybe spend some time near water. It will really help you. It will heal you. It will rejuvenate you. I feel a lot of y'all also feel very stuck where you are physically. So maybe a lot of y'all want to move cities. A lot of y'all want to move states. A lot of y'all might want to travel cross country, but it will happen. It will definitely happen for you over here. But there are just certain important messages that you really have to learn. And I think it just starts by you having the right kind of boundaries. I think that is a really important message over here. And whatever you're doing over here, I feel a lot of y'all are maybe working multiple jobs. Maybe you're trying something online, but you're also doing a 9 to 5, and you're sort of pretending as if you can do both and you can pull through. Maybe a lot of y'all are studying and working, but I think you're realizing that you cannot do multiple things. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, and that doesn't make you lazy. What you need to do is you need to prioritize your artistry, you need to prioritize your creativity, or whatever it is that you really want to make money out of. That is a very important message over here. And let me tell you, pile number one, you especially, you will definitely get a chance to travel. And for a lot of y'all, I'm getting abroad. But this will only happen once you start enhancing your skills, once you start enhancing your gifts, whatever it is that you have. So it's a general reading. It's going to be different for all of y'all. But the more you start following your creative hobbies, the more you start learning to monetize your hobbies, the sooner you will be able to travel. Because I really feel that it'll be through work, and it'll not be through some conventional kind of job. It'll either be through, maybe if you're a tarot reader, something like that, it's going to be through your craft, and it's going to be through your gifts. So I think even right now you're trying to make ends meet, you're trying to live paycheck to paycheck, but it's clearly not helping you, and you're burning yourself out, and you don't even realize this. So your lower self is really bringing to attention that not all is lost. You do have a lot of opportunities that you just cannot see for yourself right now, because you're so stuck, and you're just trying to keep a structure going on, which clearly has become very obsolete, and it's about to fall any minute. So I think you need to be a little cautious in terms of understanding that towers are not bad. Towers are exactly what we need. It is the exact chaos we need to have more balance in our lives eventually. And the choices you will be making right now, pile number one, are going to inevitably really decide the kind of future you will have. And that's not a bad thing, that's a great thing. It means you can be 100% accountable for the choices you make right now. And I feel a lot of y'all are also wanting to just have a new life altogether. And I really feel you on that. And I really want you to know that you will have it. But right now, it's very important that you lay the foundational groundwork. Right now is really the time for you to pay your dues, pile number one. That is really the message over here. And trust me, I feel the more you start following your creative calling, the more you start following whatever your heart's desire is. And if you don't know what your heart's desire is, take some time out, figure that out. Because once you have that figured out, that's half the battle won. Then you just have to show up and do the work every day. The diligence. And I definitely feel you do have the diligence, you do have the discipline over here to get what you want. And you're clearly working for someone else, so you might as well start working for yourself, pile number one. That is really an important message over here. And I think a lot of y'all are also very stressed about time. I feel a lot of y'all feel as if you don't have a lot of time in the day. And pile number one, everyone has 24 hours. And if you don't prioritize yourself, if you don't prioritize your needs, if you don't prioritize your skill, if you don't prioritize what you're really here to do on earth, then you'll definitely feel as if the time is running out. But the more you start pouring into your work, the more you start really doing what you're here to do, I feel that will ease your tension around time, and you will perceive time differently, and you will definitely not perceive time with this scarcity mindset. It's really important that you bring yourself back to how you used to be and just simplify your life. And I feel this will again give you the fire and the spark and the will to go ahead and really start enjoying the process of whatever you're trying to create over here. Because the reading over here ends with the Page of Pentacles, and we also have the Page of Wands above it. So you need to firstly start enjoying the process and not focus so much on the end result. For example, if I keep focusing on who will see my videos, when will they see it, I will never get to doing my videos. That's not my problem. People will see my videos whenever they need to, even if it's after 1 year, even if it's after 2 years. That's okay. But you have to make sure that you're not frozen, you're not stuck, and you're not waiting for circumstances to get better. Because the only way circumstances will get better for you, pile number one, is if you put in the work right now. And just bring the joy back of living. I think you've just lost that. You've just lost the spark of just enjoying the simple things. And this is a really important message over here for you to be more embodied, for you to be more present in your body, for you to really enjoy being on earth. Because you're not doing that, and you're so focused on this, that, and the third that you're just not able to bring yourself in the present. So I think the key for you and the trick for you is to simplify your life, to not even overwhelm yourself. I feel you're getting overwhelmed a lot, and I definitely feel a lot of y'all are in desperate need of healing, and this healing will only happen once you find your creative outlet. That's very important over here. And I'm getting the sense that you're really cut out from your divinity, you're really cut out from source, and therefore it's even a little more suffocating for you. And this itself is a journey, and it's a process for you to come into your power. And I really want you to know that you will feel that connected to God, source, universe, whatever you believe in, again, very, very soon. But right now is really the time for you to put your best foot forward, to really strategize as to what is it that you truly want, and just go for it. And let me tell you, you will be successful over here. And there's too much energy in your mind. There's just way too much energy in your mind. There's also a lot of crown chakra activities happening for you, but it's important that you learn to ground this and use all this mental language that you have. Trust me, sometimes things just have to be desperate enough for us to do our best work. And no one is exempted from that, not even me. So understand that it's all still happening for you, even if it doesn't feel like that in the moment. And there are a lot of people in your life who really need to go, because you really feel as if you're walking on thin ice around these people. And maybe there's some subconscious people-pleasing tendencies over here as well, which also really need to go. And you need to definitely improve your sleep schedule, and a lot of you need to start working out. If you're not working out, please start. If you don't want to hit the gym, do yoga, do whatever, maybe swim, whatever is it that you want, but you have to move your body every day, pile number one. That's another important message over here. And people always want extreme changes. People always want quick, fast, abrupt, big changes. But even if you get those, they don't last very long unless you have really made the change on the inside. So, and the only way to make that change inside is to do the small daily chores, to really build up that for yourself, build up that discipline for yourself. And in due time, you'll be very well off on your own. I really feel that. And this pile particularly, I'm also sensing that a lot of y'all are maybe introverts. Maybe a lot of y'all have 12th house placements in your birth chart. Maybe you also have some 8th house placements. But you have to understand that collaborations will come in at the right time, but you have to know that you do your best work alone. And that's not a bad thing at all. So even if you cannot relate to maybe people your age, it's okay. It's completely fine. You have a very special path compared to other people. And I'm not saying that to make you feel more grand than anyone else. That's not the point. The point here is not everyone is here to do what you are here to do. Therefore, people's lives may look very different than yours, but that's not a bad thing. And I would say that, in fact, is your power. And that is actually an advantage if you really start seeing it that way. So there's also a need of change of perspective over here at your end. Because even if you're losing a lot in this process right now, just know that in due time, something better will be replaced. Something better will definitely replace everything that you have lost. And the things you lost, I just want to say that they were never truly yours. Sometimes you just have things or people for a season, and that is that. And good riddance, right? Really good riddance. Because, and I really feel you still have to cut a few people out. And let me tell you, even from my own experience, if you don't cut people out, they will be dragged out of your life. So don't wait till you get a spiritual back to get going and just get your machine started over here. And understand that there will be a lot of new talents and new things that you will be discovering about yourself once you start walking this authentic path for yourself. And speaking your truth is also going to be super important over here, I feel, pile number one. And just know that you will heal once you start doing what you have to do every day, and once you even start helping people. A lot of y'all are also meant to be in the public eye over here. We have the star card below the deck. So a lot of y'all are really, really meant to have a public platform in whatever way you choose to go about doing it. It doesn't just have to be tarot. But whatever you do, you're meant to be seen, you're meant to be heard, and you're meant to share everything you have gone through in a very wise kind of way. That is also a very important message over here. So if you're really working very hard in like a 9 to 5 and you're just not able to save any money paycheck to paycheck, you need to know that there is something better out there for you, and it is a possibility even if you cannot feel that way right now. You really have to look beyond and really believe in miracles over here. I think that's another very important message for you. And you are a giver, so your life purpose is to give, and you definitely will give. But right now, it's important for you to give to yourself so you can give others. You cannot be a channel if you're constantly giving to others and not giving anything to yourself. Even the star card, I'm getting the star card from the thought deck, where first she's pouring the waters on herself, and only by pouring the waters on herself, she's able to pour the waters on earth and to anyone who needs it. So understand that being a martyr is not going to help you, nor is it going to help anyone else. Nor are people going to learn their lessons. So firstly, learn to save yourself, and only then will you be able to save anyone else. So that's another important message over here. And I really want you to know that you're super protected. No one can hurt you, no one can harm you. The worst is over. And how would you truly live if you didn't have so much anxiety? I think that's what your soul is really craving, for you to be embodied on earth right now, even if you don't have a lot. I think you also have a very strong mind, so that can often trick you. And I think the more you rationalize, especially your fears, the more you bring it into light, the better you will be able to integrate yourself. I feel that's also a very important message over here. And if you're single, true love will come to you, but right now you have to be your own knight in the shining armor. That's a really important message over here. I really feel that. But you will succeed. You really need to know that, because it really feels as if you've lost all hope, and miracles only happen after we thought it was the end, right? So expect that for yourself. You deserve it. You really deserve it, pile number 1. Let's shuffle some oracle. Okay, pile number 1, we have card number 47, which is domination, and we have card number 35. And there is a lot of chaos around you, but this is exactly the kind of chaos you need to harness harmony for yourself. And you really have to know this. And what all of this is also going to do to you is it's going to give you access to a higher level of consciousness for yourself, and you will eventually be able to move as well. I feel travel is another message over here, very, very important. And even on the 6 of Swords card, he's sort of in the air, and even on this angel card 35, this woman who apparently fell off, she really fell off the building, the angels are sort of saving her. So you do have a lot of saving grace around you, and you do have a lot of protection. So you're really being called right now to take this leap of faith, despite all the chaos happening around you, because if you don't disengage, you will be stuck forever. So choose freedom. Choose to follow the path of, that is least traveled. And it's only on that road will you be able to really gain self-mastery and also gain true bliss, true happiness over here. So don't keep yourself small, don't keep yourself stuck. If you're being called to move, change, whatever it is, embrace it. Embrace the unknown. It's going to be the most rewarding thing for you. You would rather fail 20 times and then succeed than to have never done something because you were so scared to do it just because you thought it was so cringe. There's no point living like that, pile number 3. And I really want you to know that all the scars you have, they will be worthwhile. And you're coming into a much nicer time in your life. You definitely are. And again, like I said, protection is very, very big for you. So really start enjoying the simple things and learn to be more present and really live as if you had no fear. Because there is nothing to fear, right? Yeah, protection is, I think, a major message over here. So I'm sure you're seeing signs, synchronicities, maybe you're seeing a lot of feathers, but let it relax you, let it calm you down, let you know that you are on the right path and things will be okay eventually. Yeah. Any other messages? Yeah, that's all I have for pile number 1. Again, it's a general reading. So please take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please like this video, share, subscribe, comment. It means a lot. It helps the channel grow. And if you want to reach out for a private reading, you can definitely do that. My email ID and my Instagram handle are given in the description box below. So you can definitely reach out for a private reading, and I will see you guys in the next reading. And definitely do go check out Golden Psychic Tarot on her channel, where she's covering messages from your higher self. Go subscribe to her, go show her lots of love, go support her, let her know you came from Tarot Yogi, and I will see you guys in your next reading. Thank you. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose the Diablo Tarot, this is your reading on messages from your lower self. And this is a collaboration between Golden Psychic Tarot and me, and she's going to be covering messages from your higher self. So definitely go check out her video. I will link it in the description box below. Go show her lots of love, go subscribe to her, go really encourage her. And having said that, let's jump into the reading on messages from your lower self. So we're asking angels, ancestors, spirit guides, ascended master, star family today. What does pile number 2's lower self have to say to them? Okay, pile number 2, we have the 8 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, 9 of Swords, 8 of Cups, Judgment, the High Priestess, Knight of Swords, we have King of Pentacles, and we have the King of Swords. So what I'm really picking up right away, pile number 2, is a sense of burnout. You're really burnt out, and you're working very hard. You're not giving yourself breaks. You're not working in a way where you can sustain yourself, and I think you do know this. But you're still pushing yourself. Maybe you're meeting paycheck to paycheck. You're trying to just really survive right now. And I think a lot of y'all may be called to leave jobs. A lot of y'all may be called to move cities. I'm seeing a lot of change here. And you're clearly doing something that doesn't make you happy. But you're doing it regardless, and you're putting in a lot of effort. So just imagine if you really put in this effort into what is it that you truly want. And I'm sensing over here, a lot of y'all are confused about what is it that you truly want over here. There's a sense of confusion, and there's also a sense of identity crisis, also what I sense over here, because you know you're not who you used to be, and you're not exactly where you want to be or who you want to be, but you're still sort of in like a transitional phase, and you just really want to bypass it, but there is no bypassing over here, pile number 2. And all this turmoil is going to eventually lead to something good, so you have to positively gaslight yourself. That is the only way. That is the only way, pile number 2. And I'm also sensing that you do feel very alone. Clearly, a lot of y'all are not sleeping properly. A lot of y'all are clearly not sleeping here on time. A lot of y'all have maybe bad diets. So there's a need for you to improve that. There's a need for you to give yourself the tough love also, and not be in such extremity, because you cannot survive. And you will crash and burn, pile number 2. So it's very important that you even take some time off and really figure out what is it that you truly want at this point in your life. You will need some time off to figure this out. And once you do, it'll be much easier for you to move towards it. And a lot of y'all will be walking away, and for a lot of y'all, I feel you will be walking away from an old job, maybe an old employment, or something that you used to do, which clearly doesn't resonate with you anymore. And for others, I feel you might even get fired if that resonates over here, and you would know if that is for you. It's not for everyone, so it's a general reading, you know, just take what resonates. But there is this sense of if you don't walk away, you will be pushed out. And understand that even if you're not able to see the path ahead, sometimes leaving is the best thing to do. You can always figure out where to go next. So a lot of y'all need some downtime over here. You really need some downtime, and I feel it's time for you to answer even a higher calling that a lot of y'all have. I feel a lot of y'all will realize certain things about yourself that you never saw or believed or felt. So you will get more access to knowledge over here. And this High Priestess, she has a book in her hand. So a lot of y'all will even be called to improve certain skill sets that you have. That's also a very important message over here. And I think once you get out of the rut, maybe you leave the job that you have to leave or change your house, whatever it is, whatever change is required over here, once you make that change, it'll be much easier for you to act upon what is that you truly want. You would rather work very hard to get what you want than to work for someone else, right? And if you're very creative in this pile, I really want you to know that you will be able to sustain yourself on your creativity and you don't need to have a fixed income, especially if it is keeping you miserable, especially if everyone at your job is super rude to you and all that crap. So just let it go. It's the best that you let go and understand that there is something better awaiting for you at the other end. But this will only happen if you take the necessary action that is truly required of you. And I feel a lot of y'all haven't been able to create financial stability because you are supposed to create financial stability with your unconventional talents or creativity, whatever it is. Again, even the Eight of Pentacles, he has a lot of books in his hands. So knowledge is going to play a very important role for you. And it's not just knowledge, but it's also sharing of that knowledge and transmitting that and passing that over. So a lot of y'all may even be called to maybe read tarot, astrology, share certain insights that you have, or it could even be something very worldly, you know. But there is this need to not just read something, but put it into practice and put it into action, and that will be rewarding to you. You cannot learn things by just reading it. You have to practice. And you have to find balance where you can practice and read and practice again and read again. So it's really important for you to find that for yourself. And I feel a lot of y'all are also very crunched on your time. And that is because your priorities are really misplaced. So once you start prioritizing yourself, even if you have to be a little selfish, it's okay. Be a little selfish. And once you do that, you will have the energy, you will have the time, you will have the resources to really go towards what is it that you want. Maybe a lot of y'all are maybe stuck in the past. Maybe some of y'all, for a very few, I definitely don't feel all of y'all, but some of y'all may even be stuck on an ex or whatever. So just let it go. Understand that there is something better coming for you. And you're going to move into a much financial stable time in your life because you're already showing up as King of Pentacles, and we also have the King of Swords. So your material stability has a lot to do with your mind. It also has a lot to do with your intelligence, and you would not be so intelligent if you weren't meant to use your intelligence in this lifetime, right? So please understand this about yourself, pile number 2. It's really important, because if you feel you're wasting time, then you probably are wasting time. You could figure out something better for yourself, or just walk away from this horrible job, which a lot of y'all have, and move towards something that seems a little more peaceful. I think that's a very important message over here. And if you don't make these changes, we have the Judgment card. So you will get a spiritual whack if you don't do it. And the thing with the Judgment card also is, it's not a permanent thing. You don't get the call all the time. You only get the call sometimes. And if you don't show up and show out and do your best and put your best foot forward, then the judgment will pass. So the real fear of missing out for you has to be about you not living your truth and your authenticity and just living in who you are and everything that you truly are. So there is this need for you to maybe be a little more honest with yourself and embrace those parts of yourself that you have buried because of other people, or you let go of certain parts of yourself because of others. It's going to be imperative for you to feel integrated and whole. You have to find balance between your masculine and feminine. That's also very important over here. And that will be a recipe to success, trust me. And below the deck, we also have 9 of Pentacles. So you're meant to be in this independent energy. And if you don't feel that way, certain changes are imperative for you to make. There is no other way. There's no bypassing any of this. There really isn't. And I think if at all you feel sad, I think what should make you feel sad, pile number 2, is that you're not able to perhaps be the best of your potential because you're probably getting in your own way, and It's probably a lot of subconscious things as to maybe you was bullied growing up, or maybe people said you couldn't do something growing up, or maybe your parents didn't have a very nice relationship with you or whatever, but let it all go. Don't let that be an excuse at all. Be the bigger person. And give yourself the tough love if that is also required of you at this moment. But I definitely sense that once you sort out this for yourself, once you get out of this midlife crisis or whatever it is for you, you will be so much better off, you'll be so much happier, and it might not even take as long as you think it might take, because once you really start following your true calling and what you're meant to do, it won't take a very long time for you to get there. And I'm not saying it's not going to be a struggle, it is going to be a struggle, but if there's a struggle worthwhile, it is this. Trust me on that, pile number 2. It's really important that you understand this. You're fighting a lot of demons, and most of the times it just seems like you're fighting yourself. So you have to learn to be your best friend, pile number 2. You cannot keep denying yourself true happiness. I really feel that's the message over here. So some downtime is highly advised. I would say it's a necessity for you, so find time for yourself. If you have friends who cannot understand that just because you're not there for them one day and they take it the wrong way, then they don't need to be in your life. Trust me. So let these people go. And you will be just energetically doing yourself a favor. Pile number 2, please understand this. Don't care about whose feathers you have to ruffle, it doesn't matter. You're here to do big things, and you will succeed. You really will. And please get some sleep, improve your sleeping schedule, improve your diet, start working out. If you can't find the time, then again, like I said, maybe spend less time with your friends, maybe spend less time with your family, but find time where you can work out, where you can keep yourself in good shape. Because it's not just about the body. Once you move your body, even the mind feels better. The mind won't feel as agitated, you won't feel as frustrated, you won't feel as cloudy. Your thoughts will be lighter, your thoughts will be more luminous. There will be more truth. There'll be more truth in your insides. That's what I'm trying to say. So let all this smoke screen clear away. And sometimes you don't have to do anything. People will show you their true colors in due time. So be very discerning. It's going to be a very important thing for you to discern who is going to come with you to the next level, who is not going to come with you to the next level. That's very important over here. And strategize as to where you truly want to be, and also leave some leeway for magic to happen. Leave some space for miracles to happen, because they do happen. So don't also feel very stuck as if your plan is not working out. You will always find the insight to pivot if that is really required of you in that moment. Sometimes you have to pivot, sometimes you have to stick it out. So again, use your discernment. That is very, very crucial for you. Pile number 2. Shuffle some oracle. Okay, pile number 2, we have card number 15, Adeline. We have card number 14, the Wound Man. Card number 5, Omniscience. Card number 42. And we have card number 45. And I think card number 45 is the Seance card, and 42 is supposed to be the Frau and the Devil. So what I'm getting with the Adeline, Wound Man, and Omniscience is you will find the right time to take this metaphorical flight, whatever is it that you're trying to take. Could it even be a literal flight for a lot of y'all? You may be changing places, but there will be the right time for it. But that doesn't mean you don't work towards it every day. You have to take baby steps. You have to find a way to transcend these things, because there is a way for you to transcend everything you have gone through. And if there's anyone who can transcend it, it is you. That is why you went through it and not someone else, pile number 2. Please understand this. A lot of your karma is also coming up over here. And I think you also need to know that at this point of time, if no one is loyal to you, it's all the more important for you to be loyal to yourself. And if no one is showing up for you, show up for yourself. do what needs to be done, be your best friend, be your own future spouse, you know, be your own soulmate, be your own twin flame. I feel that's a very important message over here, because you're supposed to walk your path alone for a while at least, and that's not a bad thing, because you're showing up here as omniscious, and this is a sort of mastery, right? Adeline, she's on the floor, the wound man, he's sort of in the sky, and omniscious is at great heights. So this is a gradual process for you to get to where you need to be, to reach new heights, but you will not be able to reach heights if you don't have a strong foundation, right? And you're very psychic. A lot of you may even have mediumship abilities, and understand that those gifts exist for a reason. You're supposed to use them, and not everyone will have the vision that you have. Doesn't mean you don't follow it. So let your work validate you, let your everyday, the hard work that you're putting in validate you. Don't look for validation outside yourself, and definitely don't look for validation from people. I think that's another very important message over here. And I would say right now, just maybe keep to yourself, maybe be your own best friend. If that is really being called of you right now, maybe do that. Because in due time, the right people will come in for you. But till then, you don't need the wrong people around. You don't need people who are going to leech off you, who are going to drain you. You don't need parasites anymore, pile number 2. So you have to clean house. Maybe you just need to clean your physical space here as well. That might help you feel so much better. But understand that all this hurt, pain, all these scars, everything you have been through, it has a deeper meaning, it has a deeper reason. And for a lot of y'all, you're meant to help the collective. So you would not qualify, so to speak, if you didn't go through these experiences. So please positively gaslight yourself in the best way possible to not stay stuck or frozen, but make sure you're taking those necessary actions on a daily basis. So sooner or later, you will reach a destination, right? It's common logic. It's not even intuition, pile number 2. Just understand this. Work for yourself. Don't give up on your dreams. Really don't. Because you will be able to create something over here which is beautiful, and it will also help a lot of people, and it will also be your own legacy. So really give it your best, and know that your psychic abilities will also increase for my tarot readers in this pile. The more you do, the more you get. That is the basic understanding over here. I also feel you're very, very guided. Even if you look back, even the things and places where you felt as if you were cut off from your divinity, you were not. You were truly not. And there's just certain experiences, like I said, we all have to go through. There's just no bypassing it. There's just no alternative sacrifice. So more gratitude for you, and just being grateful that you're still alive. I think that is enough to be grateful for, if you cannot find something else to be grateful for, pile number 2. Any other messages? Yeah, that's all I have for pile number 2. Again, it's a general reading, so please take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please like this video, share, subscribe, comment. It means a lot to help the channel grow. And if you want to reach out for a private reading, you can definitely do that. My email ID and my Instagram handle are given in the description box below, so you can definitely reach out for a private reading. And definitely do go check out Golden Psychic Tarot on her channel, where she's covering messages from your higher self. Go subscribe to her, go show her lots of love, go binge watch all her content, let her know you came from Tarot Yogi, and I will see you guys in the next reading. Thank you. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose the Black Tarot, this is your reading on messages from your lower self. And this is a collaboration between Golden Psychic Tarot and me. So definitely go head over to her channel, where she's covering messages from your higher self. Go subscribe to her, go show her lots of love. Let her know you came from Tarot Yogi. And having said that, let's jump into today's reading on messages from your lower self. Okay, pile number 3, we have 3 of Wands, we have 5 of Wands, we have King of Spheres, which is Pentacles in this deck. We have King of Swords, the Empress, Page of Spheres, Ace of Wands, Judgment, and 9 of Spheres. So you might have messages in pile number 2. You might want to check that out, because we had the King of Swords and we had the King of Pentacles in pile number 2 as well. So you might want to check that out. But coming back to this reading, there's a lot of conflict around you. And I feel this is not necessarily to do with you. And I think that's what you truly need to realize, that if people are projecting onto you, it has a lot to do and say about them than it has to do with you. So, and your name will be cleared eventually, so don't worry about that. Even if people are lying on your name, it doesn't matter. If people throw dirt on your name, flowers will grow. Please remember this, pile number 3. That's a very important message over here. And even if you have a lot of ops, even if you have a lot of opposition, you still have the upper hand. You're still more superior when it comes to dealing with this nonsense, because you've become very seasoned in dealing with just people and just how bad people can be, right? So it's important for you to know that your financial stability will come to you. It is yours. You're going to be very, very abundant, but it's going to be very important if you move quietly. Right now, maybe don't go around telling people what you're trying to do. Strategy is going to be your best friend. Keeping to yourself is going to be your best friend, because sometimes you don't even know. Sometimes it's maybe your best friend since you were 13 who's secretly jealous of you. You never know, so just keep to yourself right now. And I think there is also a sense of desperation over here. There's also a need for you to want more, to have more. There's definitely a scarcity mindset over here. I'm definitely sensing that. And I think this also comes from your childhood, maybe because you didn't have enough growing up, something like that, or maybe a parent was absent. But I want you to know that you're showing up here as the Empress. It doesn't matter if you're male, female, anything in the middle. We don't read gender in tarot, we read the energy. And the Empress energy has a lot to do with your ability to create whatever it is that you require in that given moment, even if you don't have it. So don't undermine your own skills. Don't undermine your own ability to get what you want. And even if people are demonizing you, let them. And it's important for you to right now keep to yourself. I think that's also a very important message from your lower self over here, because I would say you have awakened. You've definitely had a spiritual awakening very recently, or probably you're going through it right now, but it has given you more access than you had before. And understand that people don't have to understand why or how you move differently. You just have to move differently, and it's going to be super worthwhile. It's going to get you to abundance, because I do see money is a big problem over here. Maybe you're not making enough. Maybe you're living paycheck to paycheck. Maybe you are in debt. Maybe you're just trying to get by. Maybe you're trying to get a new job. Maybe you want to leave your old job. I'm getting different scenarios over here. So it's a general reading. Take what is truly for you over here and leave the rest. But understand that you will be able to make it out of this. You'll be able to make it out of this labyrinth, this maze, and understand that you are guided to get to where you truly need to be. And right now, we're also being called to maybe invest. Maybe you need to invest your time. Maybe you have to invest in your skill. Maybe you have to invest in just whatever you're trying to practice. It's very important that you put your best foot forward over here. That is clearly the message over here. And even if people may not like it, even if people are trying to pull you down, take you down, they're only doing that because they know they're actually powerless. They can only bark, they cannot bite. They're weak. So don't let weak people get to you. Don't let weak people get into your mind. Because most war has to do with the mind than it ever has to do with physicality, right? It's always about the politics. So understand that you still have the upper hand, even if you don't feel like that. Even if you had to fight like 5 people in a day. Understand that if there's someone who can do it, it is you. And I feel a lot of y'all will create. I'm getting very creative energy in this pile as well, because we also have the Empress. So it doesn't have to always mean that you're like literally pregnant. That might be the case. So if that is the case, if you don't want the baby, maybe be careful, maybe use protection, things like that. But really know that opportunities are coming towards you, and they're already here. And you will have enough passion and you will have enough drive to go after it. But it's really important that you take baby steps, really enjoy your everyday, your daily life, and try to make your daily life more gratifying. Your lower self is really asking you to make your daily life a little more gratifying than it is. So find little joys. That is going to help you. People always want some very big extreme change. People always want to maybe color their hair or whatever, get a new tattoo, and it doesn't last very long. It doesn't do anything in the long run. So instead of reacting, have a response. Have a delayed response to things. Give yourself a moment to process whatever is happening around you. Because your intelligence is your best friend right now, not other people. Even if your family doesn't understand you, it's okay. And for a lot of y'all, I do feel you're like the generational curse breakers in the family. So that's always a very difficult thing to do. And give yourself some grace as well, the way you give other people grace. But I really want you to know that money is not going to be a problem for you as long as you do what you love doing and really follow your own path. I think that will lead you to true happiness and true fulfillment. It's not just about money, and it's not just about being happy. It's about you being satiated. So the satisfaction will come, the fulfillment will also come, but it will only come once you start living your own life and you stop living your life for other people. No one has asked you to live for them. Please start living for yourself. And if someone is asking you to live for them, they clearly don't have your best interest in their heart for you. So please know that. Sometimes it's your best friend, sometimes it's your boyfriend, sometimes it's even a family member. Let it go. You don't need that in your life. Pile number 3. You really, really don't. And we have the 9 of Pentacles and we have the King of Pentacles. So you're already in this abundant, independent, doing my own thing, making money, living in my beautiful garden energy. And we have a tree over here in 9 of Spheres. So we only reach the evolution of a tree. We reach that point after the diligent hard work of making that sapling grow into a plant and then into like a baby tree and then into a full-blown tree, right? So it's very important that you don't skip any steps, don't try to bypass any of it, don't try to rush any of it, because that's the kind of fruit you're going to bear. And you don't want to bear rotten fruit. So give yourself time. Time is of essence for you. And don't feel as if you're running out of time, because you're not. You're really not running out of time. And if you don't get what you want, you will get something better. Please know this. So don't break your own heart, pile number 3, because I do sense you do that. So trace it back to the original heartbreak that you've had. Why do you keep denying yourself things? Why do you do this to yourself, pile number 3? That is the most important question for you. And once you're able to go deep within yourself, you will get an answer. Trust me, you will get an answer, and you will be able to dissolve it. You will be able to dissolve this pain. You'll be able to trace it all the way back to its origination. And when you do that, it itself will dissolve. So shine brightly. Shine really, really brightly. Know that you will have the right ideas coming in. And whatever you're trying to create right now, whatever this beautiful tree is for yourself, it will bloom at the right time. That doesn't mean you don't put in the work every day. The gardener has to water, give soil, give fertilizer, give sunlight. Whatever the plant requires in that moment, it is given to it. So think of yourself like this plant. And give yourself whatever nutrition is it that you truly require in the moment. Maybe a lot of y'all need to improve your diets, so maybe do that. Start working out if you're not. There's no excuse. Find the time. Make time. Don't hang out with your friends. You can hang out less with your family, it's okay. But giving yourself the time to bloom into the best version of yourself is the best thing you can ever do for yourself. So if people are getting in the way, let them go. But I really feel you're going to be victorious, everything's said and done. And you're going to be able to sustain this in the long run. Please know this. You're like an army of one. You truly are pile number one. So don't be afraid of walking alone, because sometimes that's exactly what you need to do to get the best results. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Most of us, I would not say most of us, I would say maybe 40% of people do their best work when they're alone. And I'm definitely getting a lot of introverted energy over here as well. And it's not like you had to be an introvert forever. You know, we all have phases also, right? So respect that. If you're being called to go within, go within. If you're being called to go out, socialize, do that. Whatever your heart calls to you, do that. And give yourself some leeway, give yourself some flexibility. Don't try to be a perfectionist when you haven't built what you want completely. Try to, in fact, build what you want first and then refine it. And things are only refined with time. Wine only ages and gets more tasty with time, right? So give yourself that. And know that you will be able to really sustain yourself that way. You don't need anyone. And if you have toxic codependencies, they definitely need to go pile number 3. Because that person is just draining you. That person is really just draining you over here. So maybe do a cord cutting if that's what you feel called to do. That's very important over here. But you definitely have a calling. You have a deep calling. You know what you truly are here to do. Or if you don't already know, you will soon enough find out. I've done a life purpose reading. You might want to check that out. It's in the Timeless Pickacard playlist. I think I uploaded it last month, I think. But give yourself the time to figure out your life purpose. And no matter how many tarot readers you listen to, no matter how many astrologers you listen to, you still have to go within and really look for answers yourself. So do that. It'll be very, very rewarding over here. And like I said, you do have the upper hand, even if you have a lot of opposition. So don't let people who are just barking get to you, because they don't have teeth. And you have some very cutting teeth, pile number 3. Or you're about to realize that about yourself. So ready to be amazed. Really, really be ready to be amazed about who you truly are. Because you will get that knowledge very, very soon. I really feel that. Shuffle some oracle. Okay, pile number 3, we have the card number 44, which is Mermaid, and we have card number 22, which is Abandonment. So, and we clearly see this mermaid, she's like the fish out of water, and she's looking at those pyramids and she wants to get there, but she understands that she has to leave her territory. Sooner or later, you will get an opportunity to leave. And it's very important that you take that. Because just because you have a calling doesn't mean you're necessarily going to answer it, right? So make sure that you answer it. Make sure you show up. So make sure you show up and put your best foot forward, because that's very, very important. It's very, very crucial. It's very, very important that you do this for yourself. And if that means putting yourself out of your comfort zone, maybe if it means doing something that you have never done, maybe giving things that you never thought you would give it a shot, giving them a shot, do it. Because only when you do things you've never done do you realize things about yourself that you never have realized. And I think realization is key over here. And 22 card number, Abandonment, there's definitely a sense of separation. There's a sense of exile. You feel as if you have been exiled, or maybe you could even be putting yourself under exile. But like I said, this alone time is very important for you. And just because most people are going to point A and you're supposed to go to point B, doesn't mean getting to point B is of any less value than getting to point A, just because everyone else is going to point A. Maybe you don't want to go and hang out at point A. Maybe you're supposed to go hang out at point B. Maybe you're supposed to go to a place where not most people go. Maybe you're supposed to uncover secrets that most people will take lifetimes to get to. So who's really winning and who's really losing, pile number 2? Just because you're being called to follow a path which is not traveled by a lot of people doesn't make the path any less cooler. In fact, that's where the true enchantment is. That's where the true magic is. That's where the treasures to be discovered are. So don't just keep having your vision, but chase it. Chase it with everything you have. And trust me, it's going to be so worthwhile for you. You're going to change completely, and that's not a bad thing. Because you're very good at navigating deep emotions. I definitely see that. And I feel this is my pile of like baddies who listen to Lana. So I definitely relate to y'all at one level, but give yourself the space and time to maybe listen to sad music. Give yourself that space and time to just wander and even just enjoy your sad girl, sad boy aesthetic. It's okay. But it's important that you give yourself what you truly deserve over here, and only you can give it to yourself. No one can give it to you. Your parents can't give it to you, your partner can't give it to you, and your friends definitely can't give it to you. So it's important that you give this to yourself and let it be a gift to you. And whoever is making you feel bad about it, they need to go. Trust me, pile number 3, you're so much better off alone. And sooner or later, the right people will come in. And you don't want to be with the wrong people just because you want people around. Trust me. Any other messages? Yeah, that's all I have for pile number 3s. Again, it's a general reading, so please take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please like this video, share, subscribe, comment. It means a lot. It helps the channel grow. And if you want to reach out for private reading, you can definitely do that. My email ID and my Instagram handle are given in the description box below, so you can definitely reach out for private reading. And definitely do go check out Golden Psychic Tarot on her channel, where she's covering messages from your higher self. Go subscribe to her, go show her lots of love, let her know you came from Tarot Yogi, and I will see you guys in your next reading. Thank you.